This is a rare and seldom seen Edison Army Navy phonograph that was designed to be used in the battlefields of Europe, and thus Edison designed it to last and be carried all over the battlefields of Europe in this high-grade wooden case. You can see there's handles on both sides so it can be carried, and if you flip it up, you'll see that it has a Corbin locking device, so it could be locked when not in use. An area under here to specifically store the turntable. Another area here where you could store the reproducer. And then if you go down into this section of the machine, I'll take the grill off for you. Here's the horn. And over in this area, there's this little secret compartment that I'll open for you. And in here, once I get it open, you will see that Edison also packed some Edison grease, and over here is some graphite that could be used by the boys in the battlefields to specifically service the machine. Further on back, on the other side of the horn, towards the rear of the machine, attached by a wing nut, was a spare single spring motor. So in case the motor broke down, the boys could attach the new motor and they could enjoy the songs of the day. So, and there's the original little oil can that also came with this machine. So Edison basically thought of everything, and it was designed to sell at no profit to the company and be purchased by civic groups, church groups and other organizations, to be then donated to units that were going overseas. Not very many of these were sold, and as you can imagine, they weighed about 150 pounds, so very few of them ever came back. But this is the one that made it back from the battlefields of Europe. And I'm going to play a special record for you, which was the only time Edison's voice was made commercially available to the general public. And this is called "Let Us Not Forget." And this was a message to the American people by Edison, in which he wanted to thank all of the Allies for their gallantry and their service in defeating Germany and its allies during World War I. So let me play that for you here on the Edison Army Navy phonograph. Edison made this record, I believe, in 1919, and I'll play that for you right now. First you'll hear Edison being introduced, and then the voice, the Wizard of Menlo Park, Mr. Thomas A. Edison.
Thomas A. Edison, inventor of the phonograph, has never before permitted his voice to be recorded for the public. Today, however, he has a message for you that is important enough to cause him to break his long-established rule. Mr. Edison will now give you that message. I beg to introduce Mr. Thomas A. Edison.
This is Edison speaking. Our boys made good in France. The word American has a new meaning in Europe. Our soldiers have made it mean courage, generosity, self-restraint, and modesty. We are proud of the North Americans who risked their lives for the liberty of the world. But we must not forget, and we must not permit demagogues to belittle the part played by our gallant allies. Their casualty lists tell the story. However proud we may be of our own achievements, let us remember always that the war could not have been won if the Belgians, the British, the French, and the Italians had not fought like bulldogs in the face of overwhelming odds. The Great War will live vividly in the minds of Americans for the next 100 years. I hope that when we do reverence to the memory of our brave boys who fell in France, We shall not forget that their brothers in arms who wore the uniform of our allies. I believe that the national airs of France, Great Britain, Italy, and Belgium should for all time to come be as familiar to us as our own Star-Spangled Banner.
And of course, on the other side of this record are the national airs of the Allies. Each Allied national song, which Edison urged to be remembered by each and every American. So that's Edison's Let Us Not Forget, again recorded, I believe, in 1919, and that's being played on the Edison Army Navy phonograph. It was made during this very short time period beginning in 1918.